guys, welcome back to another video. So this video is the part 2. It's a little bit overdue, but it's part 2 to the how to transition a horse from shoes to barefoot video that I did with Dr. Mark Caldwell. So in the last video we went over the assessment stages. We trotted the horse up and down, and we walked him up and down. We assessed his conformation. This video we're going to go into the actual trimming protocol, a little bit of foot mapping, determining all them little structures from the actual external reference points, and actually trimming the foot. So I hope you enjoy it, guys. Let's get into it.
Right. Look, having removed the ready exfoliating sole, what I'm now going to do is get Josh to get his loop knife upright down the back of this white line and find the true orientation of the white line solar junction. The reason that the white line is important is because of its origin, which is from the terminal papillae around the distal margin of the pedal bone. Okay, so we know that the inside of that, the inside edge of the white line, is basically indicative of where the tip of P3 is.
Yes.
Or the border of P3 is in a vertical orientation. Now see how far back that is already. Yeah? There's our inner edge, there look. There's our solar outline. Clean all this out, Josh. What I want you to do now is to trim this wall, what we call to a horizontal plane, which is flush with the solar margin. Yeah? Yep. So your heels come back to there. Yeah? All of it flush. What's really important is that with the nippers here, you keep this back blade flat with the sole. Yeah? Not like that, like that. Any beveling or arc you want on it, you can get with a rasp after, but this is you get out of jail card. Yeah, so you're still flush on the thing. You do that, you end up with a wall lower than the sole. Now you're not going to transition it out of shoes into barefoot. Okay? Yeah? That's where you want to set that off, yeah? So it's in line with your heel bolts. Yeah? So set that off there. Now come round and just bevel that, take all them sharp edges off it. Yeah?
Yep.
Look like, use the smooth side now. Right, this here where it's flaring and pulling, take that corner. Blend it in, that's a ticket. Get rid of the sharpness of it, it wants to be a smooth radius. And here, take that corner off, take these edges off, and pull this in. That radius off where it's stretching at the back, mate, yeah? At the quarter. Smooth it out. To your other side. Right, go around the front of your roof wall there, yeah? That's it. Try not to take any more outside toe, just that bit in between the two lines. Right. Put it down. If you have a close into the foot, you can see that we've trimmed a bit of toe off it, haven't done a great lot, kept the integral strength of the hoof wall, but look now at the coronary trajectory, a lot closer to line up with the knee. Yeah? By way of a bit of a check for our proportions.
Let's take this off.
Yeah, you can take them off now. So when you come forward, here's the pen. So if we remember from Alex's model of our hoof mapping thing, this is about finding the centre of rotation of the coupling joint, which is roughly at the widest point. Duckett's dot is about 3/8 of an inch back from the point of frog. So what we want
For Josh to keep hold of it.
yeah, Josh to keep hold of it. This is the measured length of the dorsal hoof wall.
Yep.
that length should be the same distance from the dorsal distal tip of the trimmed wall to the widest point of the foot or the centre of rotation. And it is, give or take, a couple of mil. It should also be the same distance from Duckett's dot to the widest point of the frog at the origin of the heel buttress, which it is, look. Okay, so near enough we've got the proportions. I'm out just a couple of mil there, but we've got the proportions that we're after in terms of the amount of hoof wall to leave on it. Okay. By way of a separate guide, what's important is what they call the heel toe height ratio. Should roughly be 3 to 1.
And there we go. So there's a couple of things there that we've gone over. So we've taken the calipers, we've measured the toe length, we've then took that to the solar aspect, from the toe back to the center of rotation. We've also then taken it from where the heels originate to the center of pressure, or Duckett's dot.
Think of that point that Duckett was trying to describe as a point of flexor extensor neutrality.
Right, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's where the moment arms
yeah.
are in equilibrium.
Equilibrium, right, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So rotation, center of rotation is about the flexural and extension movement, but Duckett's dot is about having the moment arms, extensor and flexor, in equilibrium at mid-stance.
Right.
One other little final check about the medial-lateral orientation of this hoof capsule in relationship to the rest of the limb. This dorsal hoof wall length is also equal to the distance from the termination of the bar on the medial side to the lateral quarter of the widest point, and from the termination of the bar on the lateral side to the widest point terminating on the medial quarter. Okay, so if I put my caliper at the termination of the bar there, as it melds, it starts to meld into the sole. Okay, you can see that that's the same width. And if I put it in here, it just needs to trim it. Let me just get that in the right place. There. Okay, roughly the same.
Yep.
So now I know that my hoof capsule is orientated concentrically around this point in relationship to the limb. Okay?
From the foot mapping, what we've been able to do is now locate where this pedal bone is, and he's drawn it on here to show. So this line that we've put across the center of the foot, where the center of rotation would be, is the back of where the palmar processes of pedal bone are. The line that we draw, the intersecting two toe pillar lines with the inner border of the white line, we've drawn a line straight across, and that determines the tip of the pedal bone. We carry the line on up the medial cleft to determine the center of the foot here. And if we were to go in here, we would find the actual tip, the cranial tip of the pedal bone. Okay, so we've got the pedal bone on here, we've got the navicular bone just here, and then we've got the impar ligament attaching them here and here. Our collateral cartilages would be located just here at this widest part. The collateral ligaments slightly forward of the cartilages on both sides. So we've used the external landmarks to determine the internal anatomical structures, and I know I highlighted on that, but I think being here with Mark show exactly how we interpret the marks that we can put on the foot to the actual internal structures. So from here now, we're going to go over how we actually trim this foot. What we're going to do is we're going to use our calipers as we were using earlier on, and we're going to check the geometric proportions of this foot. So first of all, we take our calipers and we check the toe length. So from the ground surface up to the hairline of the coronary band. We come to the solar aspect of the foot, going back to what we were saying before. So from the toe, the tip of the toe to the center of the foot here should be our center of rotation. It's not far off the marks that we've made with the foot mapping. From the back of the foot, from the heel origin forward, we get our Duckett's dot, center of pressure.
But if you look here, okay, we can see that we haven't got a hoof past an axis. Yeah, it's stood up out of it, past an axis is broken back.
Yeah.
That's actually tendon tension pulling it up out of the back of the heels.
Right, okay.
So what that's telling us is that the angle or the orientation of the toe is putting leverage on the back.
Right,
so it's trying to relieve that pressure by increasing the tension of the deep flexor tendon and pulling that up out of the back of the heels.
Right.
So that says we've got more to take back than we have down.
Take it off. Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
Because our proportions are roughly right.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
But the posture is wrong.
Yeah, okay.
For the orientation of the hoof in relationship to the limb.
Okay.
So let's just, from that, let's just take this profile gauge. Okay, and I want you to map out the shape of the foot using the profile gauge. And then what I'm going to do is get you to drop the profile gauge down the wall, draw a little line, and back the toe up from on the hoof stand, following the radius of that line. So you're putting in shape and form, but at the same time trying to push back that lever so we can have another look at the proportions.
Okay.
Just push it in, get a good outline. Just try and follow that radius around the pen. Yeah, so if you look down that, you see that line is following that radius. Yeah, and so what we'll do is we'll draw around that profile.
Around the profile of that.
Yeah. Yeah. So then what you'll do is you'll back this off from here.
Yeah.
Following that line.
Okay. So we've used the contour gauge to take the profile of the coronary band, and then come to the solar aspect. We've placed this onto the solar aspect of the foot. We've marked round this contour gauge, and it's clearly showing now the thickness of wall all the way around this toe. And it's quite clear to see that we have a slight toe flare to this inside medial toe aspect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the rasp. I've marked that line on there, and I'm going to bring that in slightly, not taking anything off the bottom of this foot. We want to maintain the strength in it. We just want to bring that flare in, and we want to match it to the line that we've just drawn on here. So 45 degrees to the wall. We're just slowly bringing that in and round.
A little bit more aggressive. We're going to come back towards the white line. It's not there already, because you still have a depth. Yeah?
Right, yeah. Okay, more, yeah.
More down inside toes. Right, just stop there. You're coming back, you can see that actually the sole is slightly lower than the level of the wall. Even from here you can see it.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so that, what looked like there was a lot of foot, there isn't a lot of depth.
Right, okay.
It's all angle orientation.
Right, okay. Yeah. So what Mark's just pointed out there is, as we've brought this wall in, it's clearly highlighted. There's not actually a lot of growth on here. The sole is probably higher than what the wall is. So straight away we've seen that, and we want to maintain that strength. We don't want to. You can quite easily get stuck into taking too much foot off. The key with the barefoot is to maintain strength and keeping that solar depth to the foot.
Slightly more aggressive. Particularly that inside bit that's going to break off anyway. Right, now then. The rasp with that, at the same angle going all the way around. Yeah?
Right, yeah.
Don't try and hit that first, hit that.
Okay, so finishing off the trim. Now what we've done is we've backed it up, dressing the dorsal hoof wall back slightly, but we haven't gone too high. All we've done is literally take it back to the line that we've already backed the foot up to, and in doing that, it's actually dressed the wall to the height that's actually restored how it should be. So if we look at it from the lateral aspect, we can see that the hoof passed an axis. is there. It's been restored. The horn is looking nice and strong. We've got a nice parallel toe. Good heel to toe ratio. The foot has been well mapped. It's looking strong, healthy. The areas that were broken up, we've beveled up, so they're not going to split up anymore. And in 5-6 weeks, however long this horse goes, we're expecting to come back in this foot to have one, changed shape, but also it's maintained some strength in the next sort of trimming cycle. So when we come to trim it again, we'll do exactly the same principles, keeping the foot strong, getting the geometric proportions back, and it should be a nice smooth transition to barefoot. Hey guys, again, that's a wrap. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this quite interesting. As I said, these were a couple of days I was able to spend a bit of time with Mark Caldwell. So to you, Mark, thank you very much for that. And I was able to film it along the way. So hopefully you guys have learned something from it also. So thanks again for your support. Thanks for watching. If you do like these videos, do please like them below. Share these videos. Really appreciate your support. If you're interested in any of the tools that we've used throughout these videos, the calipers, the contour gauges, all them sort of things, there will be links in the description below. I'll try and pop them on the website. So if you want to get some of these tools to sort of help you as guides and reference points, then do check out that link. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll also drop links to Mark's social media pages. I'll drop a link to his YouTube channel here at the end of this video. But yeah, if you've got any questions, either drop a comment below or send us some messages. We'll do our best to answer any questions that you may have. But again, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll see you on the next video. Take it easy.